What is going on? I'm a non-Moose, also known as zmoT in the shop, and of course on the archipelago. Do consider throwing code zmoT in all the places. Gonna do a slightly different video today. Gonna go through some replays, show you some fun things that have happened over the last bit, and talk about some not so fun things that have happened over the last little bit. So this account finally in Diamond, and you know when you make Diamond and you have 160 tokens, like when you've been saving and you get a higher rank that you haven't been playing much or have been making many mistakes. So I did get into Diamond finally, averaging not terribly quick, like 241, 236, 234, generally getting around 239, and then to lose 241 hurt. So good game. Hooli, generally around 240-ish. Not super duper quick, especially as a 6-engine room, but this base has made all of the difference. So if you're looking for something a little bit different than most bases, do give this one a shot, especially if you have some defenses, because with the defensive boost, you can see as soon as I got into here, everyone fizzling, like literally all of the people throwing out the fizzles. So a very good base. Let's move this mine just so you can copy that one. There is the base with all of its grid glory in case you want to copy it. As you notice on my main account, don't have the shock mines, don't have the boom mines, don't have the hot pots, but it still works great because it's different, and that is fairly important. So I said I was going to show you some stuff. This is where we show you an operation attack, specifically from this task force, where this task force is one that's dedicated to all warriors, as you can tell by what's loaded on my boat. Yesterday's operation was Foxtrot, and I finished Ribbon Cable, and I didn't think it was possible, to be completely honest. We will show you that. And to speak a little bit about what was going on last week and what continues to go on, I make the joke very often that I come from a long line of teenage pregnancies. That is a common joke that I make because my mom is crazy young, my dad is crazy young, my grandma is crazy young, and in the last little bit, my grandma went from being super healthy to lung cancer and high blood pressure and given 2 to 4 months to live. So that was my last couple weeks. They've finally got her to the point where we could go visit her, and she was super crazy happy and smiley and laughing, and I don't know how she does that in her current state, but that's kind of the way that she's always been, and that's, you're not supposed to have favorites, but she's always been my favorite. So a rough go for me, my wife, my kids, my parents, my aunts and uncles, and she is blessed to have her sister living 5 minutes away. She's one of my mom is one of 10. Sorry, my mom is one of 5. My grandma's one of 10, and she has like a 97-year-old sister who lives 5 minutes away. She's got a younger sister who lives far away. So, anyways, we went and drove 9 hours to see her over the weekend, and it was awesome. So that is not the whole story, but that's the majority of the story of what's going on as we show using Everspark with warriors, which is not normal, and super warriors. But I know a bunch of you were concerned that it was life issues and telling me or suggesting that I find someone to talk to, and I've got all of the people to talk to. My family is fully on board. Aunts, uncles, brothers, all of the people. So a great support system. I spent all last week writing a letter, and trying to use a pen for the first time in 20 years or whatever the heck it's been was next level difficult. And by the way, if you're a new subscriber or a new to the channel and you're wondering what the heck is going on, come back tomorrow and we'll get back to our regular scheduled approach. So yeah, lots of things going on, but very thankful for all of the random subscribers, the people who are new to the channel, people who have been with the channel for a long time. I say often that I have the best subscribers, the best commenters, and Boom Beach community, without knowing details, was super great. So Boom Beach gives me a distraction. YouTube comments, gives me an even better distraction. So huge thank you to all of you who take the time to leave a comment, say a kind word, tell me where I'm wrong, all of those sorts of things. When stuff like this comes along, it's extra appreciated. So we will carry on as we watch the Warriors take down the core here. And like these kind of hits, this is super fun. So if you're bored with Boom Beach, go find a task force like this one. Something that is doing something different, whether it's hero-only operation attacks or warrior operation attacks. And by the way, there was a tournament over the weekend, I guess, with warrior hits. I don't have any time over the weekends for things like that, but I do greatly appreciate the invite. And that's the thing about invites. It's been proven that asking someone to do a favor for you or sending an invite to someone forges better relationships. So greatly appreciate. Even though I can't make it, I do appreciate the invites. Let's see what we can do for an op hit. Following that one up was difficult. And by the way, the shoutout goes also to Pillows McGee, partially for having a great name, but also for opening that base. Yes, the finish was great, and it was unboosted, but couldn't have done that without Pillows, and I had no idea they had used Everspark, so that was neat to see that they also used Everspark. Let's see if we can't find a... No, that is not going to be for unboosted me. Actually, you know what? I had one other operation hit I wanted to show you first. And this is in a more traditional task force. This is Delta 9 doing deep cut daily, and I went and soloed Ransom. And you might be saying, well, sure, you farmed GBE using Bombardiers, you hit the core with Zookas, and not quite the case. So if we look over here, not the most difficult as far as things around the core, but they're still going to be in the neighborhood of 1, 2, 3 shocks, something like that for the Zuka core hit, plus all the mine clearing. And if you have a quick look at where the heck I'm going, you're like, oh, maybe he's doing the counterclockwise hit. And no, we're doing a little bit different than that. And Brick died right off the get-go, which wasn't ideal under any way, shape, or form. Sorry, brain not working super duper well here. But we still do manage to get some form of goodness. And I got to zoom all the way out for this one, just so you have an idea of what's going on. And again, just trying to make different things, trying to do things slightly differently, having a little bit of fun in the process. And as we clear all of those shock launchers, you start to see what's gonna happen here. So pretty sure that if we watch my gunboat here, we should, I think it's already got a puff of smoke there perhaps. Nope, not quite. There we go. There come all of the flying super warriors. One back there to take out that back rocket launcher, and then the rest of them over here on the core. And you notice that we don't even get to core. We're just farming gunboat energy as our super warriors keep pounding away on the core. And the strangest of strange solos on deep cut, no less. This is not Foxtrot. This is what is this, like the 4th to hardest operation, 3rd to hardest operation, something like that, and all super warrior solos. So would have loved to do those kind of hits live, but like I said, was and also my wife gets a little bit car sick, so spent a bunch of time in the car, I think in the neighborhood of 20 hours over the weekend, and she drove for like 90% of it, so there was some time for some boom beaching when I wasn't running the DJ booth, keeping the music to keep her awake. I will show you my hit to get into Diamond just so you see how I'm hitting many bases. I ended up beating, is this a 7? Yeah, I ended up beating a 7 to get into Diamond, which don't have basically any experience attacking 7s yet, so got a little teeny tiny bit lucky just trying to keep our good friend Rudy alive. And on my defensive account, I did go get lasers and heavy choppas, and it's not really all that great because I do have Kavan as well. Also went back and got rifles, just trying to find all of the fun on all of the accounts. and not doing a great job on the defensive side. Offensive is definitely a lot more fun this season, which is both great and terrible. It's great because it's makes for a more fun season, but it's terrible in the fact that I have a tech tree that is dedicated to defenses. Okay, we will end with a live Warships hit. Need to switch Kavan out. That's the biggest thing that I have a problem with, is that when I start to try to use those laser rangers with the heavy choppas, then I end up forgetting to switch Rudy back in. I've also managed to switch to the bombing run once I ended up getting those heavy choppas to keep my rocket choppas alive. So don't feel like if you're on the defensive side you have to stick with the wingman rush, but it definitely does help. Now we just need to make this base seems way too linear. We're just gonna drop all this stuff and see if we can't get rid of you. I don't see anything that's terribly overly difficult about this base, which tends to be where I screw things up. Rudy running back, no need for smoke there. We're going to get a shock back there just to make sure that we keep as much of our stuff alive as we can. And then as Rudy moves forward, we'll get one more of those bombing runs through. And you'll notice that I'm not using bombing run on the engine room, just trying to clear as many defenses as I possibly can, because on this account, I just make all of my... I don't have to be super duper quick. I just have to be somewhat quick and then hope to heckin' back that I can get as many of this stuff down as I possibly can, as quickly as I possibly can. Now that we've got that Rudy, I was hoping he was going to run towards that engine room. Did not get any luck in that instance, but we're doing decently. Just need to keep all of this stuff moving. Not going to get the fastest of times, but we're not going to get the slowest of times either. If I can get like a 220 on this account, I will generally win. So that is my goal, is somewhere in the neighborhood of a 220 as we get that boom cannon down with the luckiest of timings, and then onto that final engine room as we get those critters out there to try to get that engine room down. And we are going to lose probably as we try and barrage the rest of our rocket choppas. So defense, even with all of those defenses, you're still going to lose from time to time. And I only lost by 3 seconds, which wasn't all that bad. This account was up in Diamond. My highest rank was way up there in Diamond, so I need to get this account into 7 engine rooms or spend a whole bunch of diamonds to get it changed over, and I'll probably just park it, to be honest. I'll just keep collecting, winning and losing, and trying to find a base that will stop people, but let's be honest, there's too much offense this season to have any chance of stopping someone. So you tech us. I'll show you what you're supposed to do, and we'll see what they did. So the fact that they came from that left ramp, that is less than ideal. We're not even going to watch that attack. What you want to do against this base is drop 3 boats of heavy choppas over here. Then we'll change to orange. And then what you want to do is just drop all your rocket choppas back here. And then with the blue guy, that is Rudy, Captain Rudy, you want to get him on this left-hand side, because when he goes through here doing a bombing run, he just obliterates everything. And you can get like a 250 by doing that. But you have to time Rudy so that he's dropped way to the left-hand side. You want to drop him as far left as you can without getting him on that other ramp. And that way he just does this like absolute, he just decimates this entire left-hand side. So, that is going to be it for me. I considered not making this video. I don't feel like I owed you guys anything. I just felt like there's a bunch of you out there that probably had me in the back of your thoughts, and I figured I would put those thoughts at ease to the best I could, and get you updated on what my Boom Beach weekend was like. And so I shall be back tomorrow with your regularly scheduled 7-engine room offensive goodness. I don't think there was anything on on the tech tree side of things. Many people are waiting to go to 7 once they have that sky shield. That isn't really required, but that's when I waited for, just because I didn't want to play last night. And also do note that this node right here, you have to have one of those troops. Heavy's probably the best troop to get, but they're also the most expensive through brick, and there's a bunch of great hits using bombardiers and heavy chopper, rocket chopper. So bombardiers are probably where I'm gonna go, because laser rangers are just mostly useless on this account anyways. So that is all from me. Thank you for coming in, liking, sharing, subscribing, and as always, throwing the comments in there and keeping code zmoT in that shop. I shall talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. Peace.